Delmarva's roster is getting an influx of new prospects thanks to the assignment of several players that were included in the most recent draft class, headlined by the Orioles' first pick this year, Ike Iris. And Nick, I think you have the full rundown there from Rock Cabato over at Masson, but we're looking at about 6 players, Iris, Wehiwa, Aloy, Caden, Bodine among them, expected to get to bump up to Delmarva this week after a short stint in the FCL. Technically, the FCL is not in the regular season anymore, but there are still games going on down there. So after a little bit of a tune-up, these guys getting to jump up to Delmarva.
Yep, Ike Irish, Caden Bodine, Wehiwa, Aloy, RJ Austin, Colin Yeaman, and Brayden Smith, the fun utility-type player out of Oklahoma State. Yeah, of course, excited to see what Ike Irish can do. Excited to see where he plays. I imagine he's probably like DH outfield. I wonder how much run they're going to give him behind the plate, if any, these last couple of weeks. But Irish, ready to see that bat on display, same as Bodine, ready for everybody to see that hit tool on display. I'm honestly, though, I'm most excited, intrigued, I'll say. I'm most excited to see the top guys, of course, but I'm most intrigued, honestly, to see RJ Austin. I'm happy that they're giving him some early run here, because this was the guy that I mentioned last week. He didn't crack our top 50, but I threw out at the end of the show, like, I think we might be like highly disrespecting RJ Austin right here. There's something. I have this feeling. As much as I watched him at Vanderbilt and saw that, yeah, he flashed the tools, and yeah, all the underlying data looks good, but just the numbers weren't there at Vanderbilt the last couple of years. The Orioles went aggressive with RJ Austin for a reason, so I'm hoping we see at least a flash of that reason over these last couple of weeks. But yeah, I know a lot of people are very impatiently waiting for these guys to probably make their debuts, but they're here. We don't know which day. I don't think Rock or anybody reported exactly which day. I didn't see that, but we're here. They're starting to trickle in.
Yeah, I would imagine it's tomorrow, but could certainly be wrong. The Orioles love messing with our predictions by like one day on purpose, like calling up a guy on a Thursday or a Saturday. But hopefully it's tomorrow, because I'm looking forward to watching that game. And honestly, I'm a little nervous about the repercussions of 6 players getting added to Delmarva, but that's a different discussion. Just, yeah, I want to see these guys in a lineup in a quote-unquote Orioles uniform, Shorebirds uniform, and start falling in love with these guys and make our official assessments. And I think Colin Yeaman is probably the guy I'm like outside of the top guys. Like Nick said, I am excited to watch just because, man, he seems like he could be a guy that flies up our charts here as he gets comfortable in the system. Just seemed like a really fun player. See if he can do it at the pro level like he did at the college level.
Yeah, and just for reference, going back to last week's episode when we updated our top 50, currently Ike Iris ranks 3rd in the farm system. Wehiwa, Aloy is 5th. Caden Bodine is 11th. And then Colin Yeaman down at number 36. So pretty decent influx of players coming here. The Shorebirds, by the way, are on the road this week for a series at Lynchburg. For those that check out MILB TV, Lynchburg's got a pretty decent center field camera angle, as I recall. So might be worth checking out a Shorebirds game if you get the chance. And then next week, Delmarva returns home to begin a series against Kannapolis on August 19th.
Yeah, closer to me, but close, but little too far. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it out, but they've got their pitching rotation for the week. Looks like already set as well. And it's every single night is going to be must watch down there for Delmarva. It's fun times.
Rattle it off if you have it.
Oh, I lost. I think tomorrow night's Twine Palmer. I'm trying to go off memory. Tuesday's Twine Palmer. Then Bateman, I think.
Tuesday with Twine.
Yeah, Bateman's going. Mejia is on Sunday. So if you're ready to come down to Lynchburg on Sunday, that's Esteban Mejia. I think Keeler Morphe Saturday. I think it was the same rotation as last week. I think they're repeating it again. But
oh, that was one thing I wanted to mention when we were talking about Nate George, is another guy who we were proceeding with caution or saying, don't get too excited. 2 starts into Esteban Mejia's Delmarva career, and I'm starting to get pretty excited. I'm not going to lie. It's becoming more real the more we see him in a full season organization.
Yeah, and I plan to talk about this a little bit more in our next episode when we wrap up the FCL, but I did get a chance to see Mejia start on Sunday and came away pretty impressed. So we'll have a little bit more on that then, but Mejia is certainly off to a strong start at Delmarva. And